Who am I? Where am I? What am I? What do I want to be? Who do I want to be? Where do I want to be? These are the questions that I ask myself on a regular basis, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, four, it's 4 weeks in a month, right? 4 weeks in a month and 12 months in a, I'm really bad at this math thing. Today, I want to talk to you about how I discovered my purpose. Let's go. Like diamonds, I'm watching how you glow. What's up, everybody? It's your boy AJ here, coming through your TV screen, your phone screen, your laptop screen, and beyond. Wait for it. How you bloody doing, mates? So, first off, I love you. Okay? I want to get that right out the way, straight off the bat. I love you. I want to have a really interesting conversation as to discovering my purpose, not discovering who I am. We did that already. My purpose. Why am I here? Why do I want to be here? Why am I doing this? Why do I want to do this? To give you that answer, I have to kind of sort of walk you through how I actually came up with that answer. Now, if you watch most of my videos, you should know by now that I was without a father for all of my childhood. That being understood, there are certain things that I had to discover on my own because of that. There are certain paths I had to take. There are certain struggles that I had to go through to discover certain things. Firstly, about me, and secondly, about what I want. Now, the question of who do I want to be when I grow up is something that weighed on my mind for 99% of what was my childhood. Even from the tenderoni age of 5, I've been thinking about that for quite some time. Here's one factor that actually played into me coming up with that answer. My love for music and seeing what that can do for a person's life in terms of uplifting and bringing people some sort of peace. You ever notice that there is a song for every mood you find yourself in? That's one of the reasons why I gained such love for music. Besides the fact that I can sing, I actually gained a love for it because of the impact it had on people. That's one thing. Second thing that played into me coming up with this decision, or this answer, I should say, is two, my ability to uplift, push forward, encourage, put back together when people are broken, my ability to put people in a good space, regardless of whatever space you were in before. My ability to put a smile on people's face in the littlest way. That is one of the reasons that brought me to this answer. Another one of those reasons is this. I struggled for a very long time. I struggled with depression, anxiety, suicidal tendencies. I struggled with the fact that I am without a father. I struggled with the fact that my mother was never around because she had to be mother and father, I had to struggle with the fact that my family was non existent. Even though they were around, they were non existent. Let that sink in because that's a metaphoric statement and it goes way deeper than it sounds. So, with all of those things playing into one big bubble, the trauma of what was my childhood, one of the reasons that brought me to this answer was the fact that I never, ever want anyone to experience what was and still is my pain. That's one of the reasons why I do what I do. That's one of the reasons why I'm here speaking to you with words of encouragement. Discovering my purpose. What is my purpose? One, to put a bloody smile on your face. If you haven't started smiling, I hope you have right now. Hitting you with the accents real quick. Put a smile on your face to build you, to lift you, to encourage you. What is my purpose? To put you back together if you feel like you're falling apart. What is my purpose? To motivate, inspire, to uplift, give you some wings. See them wings? Ah. Please don't pay me for it, okay? Discovering my purpose. Now that I've just explained to you what is my purpose and how I got there, I got a question for you. This is a question for answer and an answer for question sort of thing. What is your purpose? If you discovered it, how did you? And now that you've made a decision as to what is your purpose, why did you decide on that? Think. Walk your mind through the process that I've walked my mind. There are different ways to come up with certain things. There are different ways to imagine how you want your life to be. I took a very long journey and I'm still going through that journey of figuring out me in terms of the bigger picture. This conversation between me and you is probably one piece of a bigger puzzle. There's a lot of other things that play into this conversation that we're having. And I want you, like I did, explore that path. So think about those questions that I ask you. What I'm gonna do right now is we're gonna take a little stroll. We're gonna take a little tour. I love bodies of water, and if you notice, if you can see, there's like this huge lake where I am, and it's kind of sort of windy out here. I hope I'm not ruining my audio, but I want to take a little stroll and show you some of the beauty of Mother Nature, and then on the other side of that, I want to have another interesting conversation with you pertaining to purpose. I'll be right back. The things you feel goes untold. Watch this loving unfold. You got strength, you're in a girl, but watch your triumph unfurl. You see that sense of purpose, um, that ideology of figuring out why it is that you exist, that chain of thought where you question the legitimacy of your existence. Why is it here? Um, One of the most defining moments of my existence was actually figuring out why I'm here and deciding on why I want to stay here. See, when you figure those two things out, there's a couple things that are going to happen. You're going to immediately feel more grounded with the reality that you live in. You're going to immediately feel uh, an enforcement of this is what I want, and this is what I always will want. And that's never going to change. That sense of groundedness comes with you figuring out what your purpose is. It took me a long time to find that sweet spot between why am I here and why is it that I want to stay here. The the idea of lifting people that find it hard to lift themselves. You have people out there whose life is 10 times worse than yours, wherever yours is. There's always that one person whose life makes yours look like a walk in the park. Those are the people that I strive to uplift. Those are the people that I strive to steer in a direction where they can think positive, feel positive, live positive, be positive. One of the things that living with depression and anxiety and suicidal tendencies has, one of the abilities living with that has done for me is that you are able to lift people in a way the average person can't. What do I mean by that? Okay, so you figure out your purpose, and your purpose is to, for example, build others. Okay? There is a side of the conversation where people are going to say, it is easier said than done. One, you don't understand how I feel. Two, and you have no idea what I'm going through. Those are rebuttals you will hear in your attempt to uplift another person, because it is naturally their response to feel as if your words are empty. Discovering my purpose, discovering my ability to uplift someone, also came from the fact that I struggle with all of those things. So when I say a word of advice, when I give a, a, a sense of purpose to someone else, I myself know where it's coming from within that person. I know what they're feeling. I know how and why they're feeling it, because we're on similar turfs. We're on similar territory and we're going through similar things. Might not be exactly the same, but I can understand how others feel, and I can understand them wanting that sense of upliftment. Choosing to empower others is not a decision that I came by easily. It's something that came to me after one specific moment in my life. And I'm going to tell you what that moment is via a question. Have you ever felt like you are backed against a corner? There is no way out. There is no options. And there's also no one to help you. That feeling was a feeling that I've experienced all of 2 times in my entire life. And on both occasions, me figuring out my purpose, being in front of this camera, speaking, uplifting, educating, building you came from those two instances. Out of all the scenarios I've found myself in, those two times defined me as a person. And me coming up with the conclusion of what I want my life to be, who I want to be, where I want to be, where I'm going, where I want to stay, come from or came from those two moments, defined me as a person. Ask the question to you again: who are you? Where do you want to be? What is your purpose? If you figured all of those questions out, how did you get there? Express your journey, if it's even to yourself or to someone else. Figuring out why you are here is probably going to be the most defining moment in your life, much like it was for me. And that feeling you feel after figuring out what it is grounding. It's going to plant you solid. And with that feeling, it's going to carry you through every other life experience you are going to experience. I just want to bring some positive energy to you from my pain and my journey. Hopefully, at some point in time, you had a smile on your face watching this video because I love you. You hear me? I, me, Senor, I love you. I, I love you. My producer is looking at me really crazy right now because she hates when I do the accents. But, Chale, I love you, eh? Okay, I'm gonna stop. With that said, it's your boy AJ. Until next time, peace out.